Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to try and turn this way. There we go. How about if I go like this? And then you can see me both. Because I'm on YouTube. Hopefully you can hear me on Instagram. And I am on YouTube and Facebook. So good morning, everybody. I know it's like usually I'm on at 9:30, 10. Decided to come on. Maybe this is regular time where I used to. Well, almost 9 o'clock. Almost 9 o'clock here. So welcome everybody and thank you for joining. A couple things. I have a conjuring class that is coming up on the 17th. So if you're interested, it is from 11 till 2. And the other class I was thinking of having is looking into a class on Saturn. And because I often talk, and a few people asked, what does it mean to do my Saturn? So I was going to put together and do a class on Saturn, and so that people have a better idea of what it means to work with Saturn and work with their Saturn and where their Saturn is in their chart. Saturn is a big thing because Saturn really works with us in our mundane world. He's our karma. He's our construction. And where he lies in our chart is telling you what areas that you came in this world to work on. And so, you might have come in, if your Saturn is in Aries, you may have come in to work on some things to do with the energies of Aries, or if it's Taurus, or whichever sign it's in, and then whatever house it's in too. So that just gives you a little bit more insight of understanding of why I've come in to do the things I do, and why do I keep butting my heads up against a wall, and what does it mean when somebody else is putting their Saturn on you? Because that's what people do. So if you're not doing what they want you to do, that's just part of their Saturn. And they don't want to do their Saturn. They'd rather you do their Saturn, because sometimes working with your Saturn can be a little bit hard. He is not exactly an easy peasy kind of guy. He doesn't like to sit around and eat bonbons and uh, things like that. He wants you to do stuff. He wants to build things. And usually for him, he's not really one, because he's Chronos, right? So sometimes he doesn't really have, sometimes there's not a lot of compassion when it comes to Saturn. Saturn doesn't give you a lot of compassion. He can be a fucking dick. That's what he can be. Just an FYI. So what's happening today? I woke up and I'm just anxious, overwhelmed. I can feel this intensity, this vibration that's going on. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? And I went, oh, yes. It's the 5th of 5 squares with Eris Pluto. And I'm just like, holy shit. This is big. I was like, oh, it's nothing. It'll be nothing. But no, I can really feel the intensity. I'm not sure about you all, but I certainly can. I can certainly feel that intensity. And I had to go through my notes. I had to go through and take a look of what this is all about. And then what also came in, because I wanted to talk a little about, was the Saturn square Uranus. And that's the experiment. That's, changing from the new to the old, the new experiment. Aquarius is all to do with scientific, science mind, and experimentation. So that was coming in about the heaviness of doing some sort of experiments within the collective consciousness and within our own lives. And then the Eris Pluto square was coming in. Excuse me. And that's really, when I said Godzilla versus King Kong, I mean, this is it, man. I mean, the power dynamics, how we deal with our own vision. Eris pokes. Eris is the goddess of discord. She pokes. Poke, 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 poke. She wants to poke you. She wants to see what's wrong. What's wrong with that? It's like your big brother or your big sister or one of your siblings, and let's say you hurt yourself, and they go, oh, really? Does this hurt? And then they poke you to see if it hurts even more. That's Eris. And Eris pokes at all the problems. She's poking at everything. And our job is to look at look at them and say, wow, okay, what's going on here? Can we adjust? What is, is this beyond my pay grade? This is beyond my pay grade. I don't think I want to do this anymore. So she really wants to stir stuff up. And that's what she's doing. She's stirring stuff up. So you're going to see a lot more getting stirred up. And with Pluto going direct, he is pushing things up. So yes, revealing a lot of what has to be revealed. So a lot is coming up to the surface. And we've over this last while, we've opened portals. We've opened these energy lines to come in of what are we wanting to create, and it's intense, and there's a separation, and there's change that's coming in with all of this. And with Pluto, as he passes, because he's going direct, and as he passes Eris, and Eris will be going direct in a little while too, but they're splitting up. They've been arguing for 2 years. So this has been a 2-year fight between the two of them, and they're finally splitting up. It's like after, that couple that is constantly fighting, constantly nagging. She's poking at all the problems. He's telling her, to fuck off. He's saying, this is what we got to do. We're in here. We got to build something up. And she's like, burn the fucking thing down. That's the Eris Pluto square. And this is where it's coming, where it wants you to look at, because Saturn direct too. So Saturn stopped. It's turning the structures. What is your process? What is your process? What is it that you are wanting to grow? What is it that you want to create? And with the moon, it's void, of course. I think it's gone into Sagittarius. It feels more optimistic. So we have an optimism that's in there. I mean, as it goes into Sag, it's like, woo, party time. I always call my Sag, it's my party sign. It's like, come on, let's go. What are we going to do? What's going to happen? How are we going to do it? Da, 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 da. And it's like, and the moon's like, yeah, it sounds good. Can you just take it down a notch? I just came out of Scorpio, and I know every time I go in here, it's like a party house, but Venus is there. And Venus is feeling a little bit better. She's come through the mud. She's come through the Scorpio energy. She's really revealed a lot of things that needed to come up. Like she's started to scrape the bottom of the barrel. She started to scrape that. And same with Pluto. Pluto going, as he was going retrograde, he was scraping. Saturn scraping. They're bringing all of this gunk that needs to be come to the front. So this is like a spiritual cleansing that we're going through, a huge spiritual cleansing of what needs to be released, and how can we release it all? How can we let this go? You may not know how right now. May not know why right now, but you're asking the questions. You're asking the questions of the direction of what you want to do within your own life, and the people you want to go with. I mean, that's a huge one. Who do you want to be with? And with this is a little less heavy. The burden is there. It's slowing down, and there's a little bit of a shift because Venus is slowing down. Venus isn't going as fast as what she was. So Venus is like, yeah, this is feeling better, but I know she is starting to slow. She's starting to slow down because she's going to be heading into Capricorn. And as she gets into Capricorn, she's really going to start slowing down, because she is going to retrograde in December. So we have this energy of saying, okay, what do we need to look at right now? What do we need to start doing? Because the sun and Mercury have meet up, and they're in a Gazini. And it's like 17 minutes. So it's going to be fast, and it's going to combust. And what a Gazini is, it's like, the blue flame. You got a blue flame, and you can put your finger in the blue flame and you won't get burned. Right. So it's kind of like that energy. It's like, okay, we're into this blue flame. And I love it that, when this happens, because it's also where we also have the harmonics. We were working with the fifth harmonics, which are very blue. So we had a lot of this blue energy coming in. The blueness is also, for me, it's affiliated with the Divine Mother Mary. So bringing this blue in, bringing the Divine Mother in to help us and guide us upon our road. Help us to guide us upon our highest self. Now, blue might have a different meaning for you. Wonderful. Might have a different goddess that comes in for you. Wonderful. Use that goddess, use that energy and have it come forth for you. And this is where we're coming into the heart of the sun. So we're coming into this heart of the sun. So there's big realizations that we want to understand. We want to understand what is going on. We want to understand what is, we're able to hear, things. But here's the other flip side, because Eris is still there. She's going to poke at it. She says, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? And sometimes it might be overwhelming for you. It might be a lot, and you might be feeling a lot of anxiety. Your adrenals might be feeling a little stressed today. You might be feeling really overwhelmed with a lot of the energies and the changes that are coming through. So many places, I know there's a lot of heaviness around the world. Yes, there's a lifting, but I know in the mundane world, in a lot of things that people are going through, and um, choices that they have to make are really horrific, because these are life altering changes that people have to make. And sometimes the life altering changes that they have to make are not in alignment with their soul, not in alignment with what their truth is and what they feel is right for them. Yet they're being forced. And here comes Eris and Pluto coming in and saying, okay, what's going on? We got to face some truths here. And with this Libra energy answering to Venus and Sag, you might get feeling a little bit less pressured. You might be feeling, you're coming through the mud, but there is a semi-square with all of this. A semi-square is pretty intense. It's still, the tension is there. It's planning your vision. You're planning the vision is happening, and it's going deeper. It's getting you to go deeper to the understanding of things and understanding. And secrets are going to start being revealed. Now, the thing is like a lot of times we don't like the secrets that are being revealed, or they get covered up. They come up and they're like, well, why is this not being? And that's where Eris comes in. Do you see the problem? Do you see there's something weird going on here? And this is getting you to sort of like, ooh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to do this. This is not where I want to go. What is going on? And this is where you got to come in and have a little sit and grab your coffee, grab your tea, and maybe, you know what? Because the moon and Venus are diving into that south node. So they're diving into some real deep waters. And as they dive in, this is diving into the south node, trying to get the clarity, trying to get clear as it shoots out to the north node. So the north node in Gemini is like, I want to give you the clarity. I want to start leading you, because we're almost into this eclipse season. And one of the first eclipses is a full moon in Taurus. It's a lunar eclipse. So that we have coming up next month. We also have a full moon coming up in Aries in about a week and a half. So we have that coming in. We're coming off of a new moon in Libra, so we're coming in, and this is like, we're in intense waters. We're in this intensity of finding the clarity, of finding the direction. And this is going to be, even though that, thank God, Eris and Pluto are off their little spat, but we're still going to be dealing with Saturn and Uranus. And we're still going to be dealing with Uranus in Taurus for a while. So this is wanting us to really look into our values. What do you value? What is important to you? And what is that meaning for you? So this is coming in and asking you, what is the action that you want to take? It's stressful. You don't have to have the answers right now, but it's allowing you to see what's going on. It's allowing for you to get into that feeling of what it is that you want to feel and what you want to create and how you want to step forward within all of this. And this is to have the love, the understanding and the love that's coming in. And Venus is, trying to give you some direction before she goes retrograde in Capricorn in next year. So, or next year in Capricorn at the end of this year, I should say. So this is actions are speaking. We got actions are speaking. The words are intense. Why we play with fire? Like, why are we playing with the fire? Why are we playing with this? Why do we have to get in such craziness before we are called to action to make the changes? These are the things that are coming in. These are the that's being called to us. So with this, with Saturn, the moon, Venus, this is, I should say the South Node, moon, and Venus, there's no excuses. It's coming in, and this is karmic. This is fated. This is saying this is what we need to do. This is making a big turn. What has not been serving us, our beliefs, our parts. This is a complex with our soul being, parts of ourselves. This is looking at not, what's not working and breaking away from what's not working. And with Mars, retrograde, quincunxing Saturn, this is a lot. This is a lot of intensity. And with Mars coming in, it's a lot of intensity that's coming forward. And Mars is trying to be the diplomat and the lawyer and trying to balance things for you. So we are looking at a lot. So maybe try something different. Maybe you haven't tried that smoothie and you've been, no, I don't want to try that green smoothie. It's gross. I don't want to do that. It's green, slimy. I've always drank the raspberry one. And then you try the green one and you're like, oh, okay. It's not as bad as what I thought. It's pretty good. So trying something new and different. Trying something that you didn't think you would. And willing to accept the changes. Accept the changes that you need to make in your life. We are creating something, not to be afraid of and to take on new pursuits of happiness. That's what we're doing through all of this and through all of this craziness and through all of this gunk. As I said, this October is the month of Kali, and Kali wants to bring you some beautiful changes and transformations. She wants you to realize what is going on and really say, okay, let's create something new out of this. Through it all, you're going to be going through a lot of emotions. There's a lot of emotions you're going to be going through. There's going to be frustration. There's going to be overwhelmness. There's going to be happiness. There's going to be sadness. There's going to be crying. There's going to be leaps from joy. This is all of the emotions that are coming in. So taking some time over this weekend, which is one of the things I'm going to be doing for my own self, is looking at this powerful energy that's coming in. And Jupiter's bringing in some real positive energy here to not self-sabotage. So I want to go through for my own self and taking some steps on manifestation, on what I want to create and what I want to start manifesting for myself. And allowing myself to take that time over this weekend to really get into that creativity, really get into that feeling part of where I want to project my energy and where I want to start taking it more, where I'm able to show up even more for you in many different ways. So that's part of my work this weekend. And with that work, I got the cards. Let's pull out some cards and see what's going on. And if you are wanting to sign up for any coaching classes, get a hold of me. Let's sign up for some coaching classes and get things going and start looking at things. And maybe, through the coaching classes, what I do is my coaching classes are spiritual coaching. I help you to define what you are feeling. I help you to get into and start looking at what's happening and how to really sit into your desires and to start to look at what you are wanting to create. There's handouts. I do handouts and worksheets that you do through this. And it's all depending if you want to do a 3-week, 6-week, or 9-week. So it's all up to you on what you want to do. There's different packages there for you. passion. So we have the passion card coming in. So here we go. The Queen of I don't give a shit is reversed. So the Queen of I don't give a shit is reversed. So that means that there's something there that we're not addressing. We're not addressing something to do with our true passions, our true love, and the direction. Maybe we're still in the question period. Maybe we're still trying to figure something out. So she's there. We can feel her. And that's probably where that Eris and Pluto come in, because there's a lot of anxiety that's coming in with this. And along with that, of course, here we're worried. We're worried, we're overthinking, the thoughts are there. So here we got, it's like, I want to do this. This is really what I want to do. But I got this and this and this, and our mind is going crazy. And even last night, because yesterday I ended up not feeling very well. And I then when I was trying to go to bed, all I could do was, Goddess of love and light, put light around me, take evil away. Goddess within and without, make a circle all about, bring love in, keep evil out. Goddess within and out, make a circle all about, bring love in, keep evil out. And I kept saying that before I went to bed last night, and calling in Archangel Michael, because I could just really feel some crazy vibrations coming in. Breathing in and out and getting my breath. So I didn't go into some crazy overthinking, because things are going to happen fast. So we got some fast transitions on what's going to be happening. And maybe that's, for some of you, you're not fast moving. You don't want to move fast. And here's the energies that are pushing you into a new way, into a new direction. You're just like, whoa, this is like a lot. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And it reminds me of, I don't know if any of you guys have been in a car with nitro, and when the nitro gets switched on and how the G-force really pushes you to the back. It's crazy. In my younger days, we used to have friends who would work on cars. I had a lot of guys who used to work on cars, and a few of them had nitro in their car. And so there's this strip in Penticton, La Channel Parkway, and it's straight. It's great. It's great for drag racing. Anyways, and he switched on the nitro, and I was in the back seat, and it was that G-force that, I can't move, but I got to trust in the direction that we're going into, and it's freaky. So here we go. We got to trust. There might be a force that is pushed upon you that says you got to stay here, but we're going to take you somewhere. And that's what I feel is the energy with this night. It's like, okay, there's forces that are coming in that are going to direct you into into a direction, but you just got to go with it. I mean, you can't, when those G forces come in and they pin you up against the back of the seat, you can't get up. There's no fucking way you could get up. It's crazy, when that happens. So you got to trust that you're going to go into that right direction, and the overall spiritual direction. I can't make this fucking shit up. I really can't. It's going to get you on a new journey. So there's a new journey that's coming in. You got to trust this new journey that's coming in. You see, the thing is that with the Fool, he's got his lovely dog barking. He's got a beautiful rose in his hand. He's got everything that he has, but he's got a feather in his hat. So a feather in your hat, he's got a little bit of knowledge there, but he's very like, here I go. We don't know what he's going to, is he walking off a cliff? Is there something there that he's going to step onto? He's got the sun at his back. I mean, he's going forward. There's something there. He's wearing green. There's, it's very bright yellow. And all of that energy that's there around him. So there's a lot of brightness that's coming in. So there's some brightness that's coming in with all of this. It's just allowing yourself to come through and trust in the transformation that's coming in, and trusting in that transformation. Let's see what the question of the Queen has for us. Going to ask the question of the Queen. Ooh, there we go. Question of the Queen. How can I nurture my divine feminine? How can I nurture my divine feminine? So watching, because there's impatience, there's aggression that comes in with her being reversed, the intensity. So there's a fearing the views of others who can see through the negativity. So a lack of self-confidence. So maybe you're not feeling confident about yourself. Things are coming in, things are changing very quickly. It's taking you on a new road. It's having you overthink. It's going fast. The changes are too quick for you. It's trusting in those changes because it's coming forth. Because there's something really good. This has come up in several readings that I've been doing lately. And the Ace of Cups is a direction. It is a direction that we're going, but it's an emotional one. So there's going to be a lot of new emotions that are going to come up with this. And as we go forward, and the cup is getting us to say, am I ready to connect with the love around me? And how can I learn to love myself? So loving yourself through this, through whatever decisions you have to make. Because there's going to be things that people are going to have to make decisions without judgment. Don't judge yourself on something that you might have to do. It's going to be harsh, I know. But this is where your psychic awareness might also be heightened. So your psychic ability is coming in and maybe tapping into more of your divine self in order to make these decisions and trusting it. A lot of times people are like, well, it keeps on telling me I need to do this. Well, why aren't you? I'm scared. Why are you scared? Because I have to make some changes and I might lose something. Right? And that's where this Eris Pluto comes in, and it's like she's poking at the problems and things are being revealed. And you're like, oh, well, I'm not good with relationships, or I'm not good with my finances. I'm not good with this, or I'm not doing this. And I find it difficult. Well, that's okay. Just take it one step at a time. Maybe you're going to find that within the relationship that you are in is something that you just have to really work at and have a conversation with. You haven't had a conversation because you're just trying to make things to be something other than what they are. And you weren't willing to change. You wanted everything to be done by somebody else. So this is where it's like taking a look and saying, okay, well, I wanted them to do it all and I didn't want to do anything. And then I wanted to reap the rewards. Okay, there's something there to look at. But if I work with them and if we stand together, it's going to be something really great. But that scares me because that means I have to trust that person or trust that thing to say that this is going to happen and this is going to be okay. And that's going to lead me to something better. So this is a wonderful to explore. Explore your feelings, explore what's going on and the creativity. It'll help you to raise your vibration and raise the levels of your vibration. So that's where we're being pushed to. We're being pushed to raise our vibration. A lot of people are going to see that you're going to do it. A lot of people are going to see the things that, they're going to find out I screwed up. They find out that you screwed up. Everybody screws up. If they want to start nagging at you, it's like, what fucking business is that of theirs? I'm watching a show on Apple TV, and it's called The Morning Show. And in The Morning Show, it's quite interesting watching how they're kind of working with what's going on. I think they're only on 20 right now with The Morning Show. They're on like 2019. But as they're filming this, or as they're doing this, the weather guy, who's Cuban, on Groundhog Day, he calls the groundhog his spiritual animal. And somebody tweets out, because it's all about, marketing and tweeting and everything. Somebody tweeted out, you're misappropriating Native Americans. And I'm like, wow. And that he doesn't even understand what he did wrong. And these are the things. It's like sometimes you're not going to understand what you did wrong. It's just like somebody's making an accusation towards you about something, and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck their problem is. But it comes in, it's like, I have to stand in my truth. I have to stand in what is right for me. And maybe the groundhog is a spiritual animal, and how people are getting so technical on things and so upset about things that this is where you take a step back and say, you know what, this is my truth. And they might think it's wrong. They might think that that's negative or rude or whatever it is, whatever the fuck goes through people's heads. Then you take a step back and say, but I truly do feel that. You know, I'm not meaning any offense to anybody, but I feel this. And to honor that. For him, he has to come out and apologize on national television about doing it. But his wording has to be so perfect to please everybody. Could you imagine the pressure to making sure that you say the right things? That you're constantly worried that if I say the wrong things, I might offend somebody and then I might lose my job. If I don't do it the way that they want it, I might lose my job. Can you imagine that feeling that people have? And this is where this energy is coming in. This is where Eris is coming in. Pluto. This is where that semi-square is coming in. With all the dudes, it's coming in. It's getting you to show. And you're afraid because they're gonna see my faults. They're gonna see what I fucked up on. They're gonna see that I can't hold it all together. I'm not perfect. But yet, the change is going to come in when you accept it. When you accept it. When you accept it and say, I can't help this. The G-force is on me. The G-force is making me go in this direction. I can't move in any other way than this because it is my truth of who I am. And not everybody's going to like that truth. Not everybody's going to align with that truth. And they're going to find the faults and and allegations against me. And it's okay. Because that's their Saturn. You got to do your Saturn. You got to do your work on what you have to do. And that is where the energies are heading. As we're going forth throughout October, into November, into December, and 2022. It's stepping into our alignment, stepping into our truth. And as we do that, it is allowing for us to get deeply rooted connections with others and who we want to be connected with within our truth. And yeah, Tess goes, it's heavy. Yeah, it's heavy shit. It's heavy fucking shit. But God is at our back. The Divine Mother is at our back. She's coming in with this beautiful blue force and getting us and igniting our heart and igniting our flame into the transformation and change. And with that, we get a whole new perception of what the world is all about. Crazy. The Hangman. So I have a love-hate with the Hangman. Sometimes I really love him. Sometimes I really hate him. He can really annoy me at times because it's really getting you to look at things in a new way. And sometimes I don't want to look at things in a new way. I'm a Scorpio and I'm fixed. I'm a fixed sign with a cardinal rising. Like I'm a fixed sign. I want to do it my way. Sometimes I gotta let that go. I can't always do it my way. Sometimes the divine has a different way, different perception for me to do it. And this is where it's like you might be making countless sacrifices without a proper payoff. You might be doing something and you don't feel that payoff. And so that you feel like, oh my God, oh, woe is me. This is where, are you taking the time to explore what makes you truly happy? Or are you being pressured onto an uncomfortable path? Gotta love the fucking tarot, especially when they're aligning with the astrology. And this is also saying to pause, to mull things over and surrender it to the light. That's all we can do. Surrendering it to love and light. Blessings of love and light and pure source energy. I'm surrendering this to you. As I'm saying this, I can feel my heart. I can feel it. I can just feel it. I'm going to surrender this. And my heart is heavy. I can feel that the fear of judgment that is coming forth. You're afraid that this judgment or whatever is happening, the decisions that you have to make are ones that you know are your truth, but others may not like it. And they might find the faults and the flaws that are in it, so they're going to try and pull it apart. I can feel it. I can feel you guys. I can feel it, and I can feel that energy that's coming in. It's important to let go of the judgment and the expectations you may have imposed on others and on yourself. Just take a moment and just let it go. Let it go. And here's the one that people really hate. Let it go and let God. Let it go and let God. You're just like, oh my God, no. It's like, because I gotta trust in this unknown. I gotta trust in the fool. I gotta trust in the fool. I gotta trust in this instinct that's coming in. Fuck. Okay. But acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Say, yeah, this is a lot. This is pretty heavy. I don't know what I need to be doing, but I need to let it go. And yeah, Eris is going to point out those problems. She's going to point out all that bullshit. And it's going to be like, fuck off, Eris. But that's her job. Because it's through that comes greatness and great transitions. We're on a ride, baby. We're on this huge ride. And I know many of you have asked me, how long is this going to be? How long are we going to be in this energy? With the Uranus Taurus transit, we're going to be in this for some time. So it's going to take us some time to get through it. And then Uranus goes into Gemini. And that's probably going to take us, because a lot of things have already started, but it's going to take us all the way through into Gemini. And that's when Pluto will be really into Aquarius at that time. And that brings in other energies that we are working on and changes that are coming forth for us. But it's standing in our light and our power and doing what we soulfully know that is truthful for us. And that's very important. Very important. So have a blessed day, everybody. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Thank you for being a part of my community. I have the spell casting, the conjuring class coming up on the 17th. I'll let you know about the Saturn class, because that just sort of came to me today. It's just like, I love it when Spirit goes, tell them about this. I'm like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but the conjuring is coming up. And also the 29th is full. So stepping over the veil, it's full. And we also have coaching classes, or if you just want a reading or tarot reading or a natal chart reading, let me know. Have a blessed one, everybody, and sending you guys out so much love. And we will talk to you, well, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. And happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone. Blessings. Bye-bye.